Okay, I got some manure in here and I've distributed it around these little herbs and flowers and lavender and even the lettuce. So here you can see where I put a really thin layer of manure, and then I've covered it with some wood chips. And I think that's okay. I did a really thin layer of the manure because it's still rather fresh. It smells and yeah, so I didn't want to put too much because it's still a little bit fresh and aggressive. And this is where I ran out of the wood chippies. So this is just a thin layer of manure, and I had just enough with this little bell pepper to have a thin layer of wood chips. The rest I'm gonna just cover with straw-like grass. I'm gonna put a little bit of grass over this manure, and hopefully that's okay. I've trimmed a couple of vines because those were like suckers along this stem. So I've trimmed those off. Obviously I left them too long. I should have got them ages ago, but you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. And I've covered up these roots a little bit more of this vine. It's looking really nice. Yeah, so all in all, looking pretty good. I left this one on here because I thought that looked really nice. And I'm gonna plant this ginger. It looks pretty good. Like that. Really beautiful. Stunning. So I'm gonna plant that in this pot. I'm gonna put some dry grass bits at the bottom, so for drainage. Then I'm gonna put some normal soil just from around here somewhere, and a teeny tiny little bit of manure just to give it a hint of some food, and then top it off with some more basic garden soil. And then I'll just see what happens, and probably hold my breath for a little bit. It looks really good. I think it's got great chances of doing amazing. And I'm putting it in a pot so I can move it about with the temperature. Yeah, just to see how it goes. It's the first time I'm growing ginger, so let's see. Look, look, look. Patrick and Glenn were here. I got one of their first pumpkins, and guess what this is? It's plum jam. It's plum jam. I already tasted a little bit, and it's delicious. It's so good. And guess what this is? It's plums. So I get to make some plum jam as well, or whatever I want to do with the plums. I can also just eat them, I suppose. But look! Amazingness. He said it's still a little bit green, so I need to wait, put it somewhere cool. And oh, look what else he brought. That's catnip. The cats love it. I actually planted it in the garden, and Smudgy rolled on it. And Bailey started pulling massive chunks of it off, not just one leaf. She would take the whole thing. So I need to find out where to put this plant because it's not safe where the cats can reach it. Yeah, this catnip is really intense. I've parked next to the house now because, oh, thank you, Smudgy. Good morning. It's very early. Because that is full of compost now. Hey, really? We had a big rainstorm last night. All of the flowers have been watered. And I checked on the compost. It's still there. Didn't get washed away. It's about 7 a.m. so actually I had a really good sleep. This is the last little butternut I need to plant. It's the last one. I planted 20 plants yesterday. Planted the parsley, coriander, marigold. Bellis I didn't plant yet. I'm not sure I'm going to plant that one actually. And I planted all of the bell peppers and the chilies. So they are just scattered around here. There's two over there. That's a tomato, another bell pepper. So I've just scattered them around a little bit. I've got the wood chippings here and the grass over there. So I've got two different types of ground covering. And this one I'm going to let go to seed, and I need to cover it with a paper bag so that I can save the seeds. I just need to get a paper bag. This is fenugreek going to seed as well. Very, very small. And A little spinach. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Slowly but surely. And there's another bell pepper over there. Mint is looking good. Of course, I planted the little ginger yesterday. It's so cute. And a couple other little bits and bobs. Cosmos. I've only got 2 cosmos. My favorite flower, one of my favorite flowers. And they're both looking really good. So that's nice. A little pumpkin over there. Another pepper. And here's some rosemary. That's a watermelon. So I'm hoping this watermelon will spread that way. So I can just do a nice little ground covering over here. And here's some lettuce looking really nice. Ah, looks great. And here's my other cosmos. Million bells. And this here is my lemongrass looking so good. I'm gonna protect that one in winter, put some straw around it. Yeah, so everything looking pretty nice. My little aloe back here, in there. And this one is the canna, so that's gonna be a pretty flower at some point. Sounds like there's, oh, they're taking the bins. The bin truck is here. Don't know if you can see that, but the bin truck's here. So that's the noise in the background. So I came out earlier this morning and look what I found. It's a cucumber. I found a cucumber and behind that is a zucchini. Hey Smudgy, we have some veggies. So that's a nice surprise. I didn't see that before. It was hidden under all of these leaves. Yeah. Oh look at this. I found another one. Ah, the plants, they're doing things. That's so exciting. I knew that there was an orange tomato, which also looks pretty great, except that it's got a hole in it. There's a hole over there. But even though it might have a hole in it, it's still pretty exciting that the tomato grew and it's looking good. I've apparently got 2 cucumbers and a tiny zucchini. Look at that. Teeny tiny little zucchini. Cucumber! Pretty great. Oh, so much fun. And here's another watermelon, and this one, it's running. Look at that, it's running. I don't know where it's running to, but that watermelon is doing something interesting. I hope it also makes a watermelon. That would be pretty great. Look at that orange tomato. Looks good. Yeah, so it's been a pretty nice morning already. 7 a.m. Yeah. So, it's not just one tiny zucchini, there's one, and then here's 2 more. There might be another one, but so far I can see 3 tiny little ones. This one doesn't look like it's gonna do much. They look yellow. I think they're just gonna die and fall off. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, I think it looks pretty nice. The sun is rising over here. This is the east side. Still a bit wild on this side. Grapevines. I just had the best experience. See this truck over there? That is the guy who brings the hay. And he just showed up this morning. He said, Maya! Called me. I'm like, okay, who's this? And it's the hay guy. So he does 2 types of hay. One is for donkeys to eat, and the other one is just like dry grass that's not so good. And I told him I want the one just for my garden. And he said, great, do you want the... Oh, he told me the word and I forgot it already. So basically I don't want the slammer. I want the other one that starts with the P, which I've forgotten. Ugh. But he'll tell me tomorrow. He said he's coming back tomorrow or the day after. I want 20 bales, like, you know, the rectangles, the normal ones that you see. And that is going to cost me 40 levs. So I thought I'll start off with 20. I should have gotten his number, which obviously I didn't. What's up, Emma? What's up, Emma? She just wanted to say hello. She wanted to be in the video too, didn't you? There, you're in the video. Oh, and Bailey wants to be in the video. Where's Bailey? There's Bailey. Hi, Bailey. Hi, are you in the video? Hello. Look who's in the video. Oh, hello. Oh, and then my neighbor showed up and he gave me some apricots. My plumber neighbor, he is so sweet. And he also helped me understand the difference between the hay for the donkey and the other type of grass, which is the one I want for just for my garden. It was so nice. And of course Google Translate. So grateful for Google Translate. I don't think I could live here without it. I would actually have to learn the language before I got here, which would have taken forever. Feeling very grateful right now. So it is 2 lever for the dry grass straw thing option that I am getting. So 40 levs for 20 bales. Good deal. It won't cover my whole garden, but it's gonna get me started. Passed out cats. Beautiful flowers, amazing clouds. And I'm also having a coffee. And we're watching the clouds, aren't we, Bailey? Scratching ears and watching clouds. Beautiful, beautiful weather. Very hot. I'm using this little fan. Fixed up my gardening gloves as best I could. Cut off the old stuff that was coming off. And good as new. Good as new. Look at that. Amazing. The thumb survived. This is some old masking tape. Masking tape fixes most things. So that should be okay for at least this morning. Look at this beautiful present I found by the gate this morning. It's nettles. I mentioned to Matthew that nettles don't really grow in this village, and his village has got an abundance, so he brought me some from his garden. This is a massive tub. I am so excited. So what I'm going to do today is, at least this morning, I'm going to clear this corner here, and this is going to be my nettle corner. Also, I'm going to clear this so I can actually get to the nettles. So this will be cleared, this will be cleared. These guys are going to go into this corner. Very excited. Look at that massive tub. A couple of smudgies could fit in there. Oh, so cute. Hey Smudgy, is that amazing? Do we have nettles? We do. Oh, you've got a spider web on you there. Decoration, huh? Yeah, so I'm gonna put these guys in the shade and start pulling some weeds. Nettles are not quite in yet, but I did do quite a bit of weeding. I cleared this outer edge here. Smudgy helped, of course. Smudgy gathered all that trash that was hidden underneath the weeds there. And all of these weeds have been pulled in the corner. So the corner is ready for the nettles. This is going to be nettle corner. So I think that's quite nice. This is an apricot tree, peach tree, I'm really not sure. It looks like it's not doing so well, so not having a lot of hope for that one. And behind it is the biggest milk thistle in the world. Wow, it's must be 3.5 meters. I'd say 3.5. So yeah, found a little bit of trash here, just buried underneath the weeds. And yes, I'm quite pleased with this work. It took me about an hour. It's very hot. I'm gonna go inside, gonna recover in the shade. There's some more weeds over there. So this was the first little pile over here. I also took some from outside. But most of the weeds I just lay flat over there, and then I put another pile over there. I think you can see that, yeah. But yeah, I like laying the grass just flat so I can protect the soil a bit. I'll probably put a little bit of a manure on here, not too much, just a sprinkle. Yeah, so pretty good work for the morning. It's now 9 o'clock. I want to set up a shade post. So I want to use this post that's got these really terrible and rusty nails in it. I've already managed to get this one out and this one out. There they are. Happy little rusty nails. The cats are having a few issues today. There's an extra cat here. Can't see her right now, but I can hear her for sure. And it's upsetting my cats, but what to do, cats. I am focusing on getting this nail out, that nail out, these 2 nails, there's 2 of them. So that's my job for right now. All right, the nails and I found a compromise. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them out, and this one, that one, and this one, I just flattened up against the wood because they didn't want to come out. They were basically twisted in there, so I think that's a pretty good compromise. And now I have a nice little wood beam that I can put into the soil and set up my shade cloth. This is the little corner where I pulled up the weeds next to the thistle and the apricot whatever tree. And I am going to put that wood beam over here somewhere in this little corner so I can have a rectangle covering this space here where I pulled up the weeds. And then I'm going to plant the nettles over there. That's be the plan. Luckily there's a nice little fence there with some posts, and once I put the 4th post here, I can connect it to that post next to Bailey, and then I have a nice little rectangle going on here. Should be good. There's the shade cloth, ready. Here's Smudgy, Emma, and Bailey. So cute. They're all hanging out and giving me moral support by putting up the shade cloth. Oh, yay. Thank you, kitties and dog. You guys are so good. Oh, yeah. Hi, Emma. I've put up this side of the shade cloth. It's very Bulgarian style because I'm in Bulgaria, so that's okay. And then here I've put a couple zip ties around the post like that. Zip tie down there around some metal thing. Yeah, this post is not so great. It's coming loose, undone, whatever. But at least, you know, the shade cloth is going to give some temporary shade to the nettles until they put down some roots. Oh yeah, and I gave up on this post idea because I tried to dig a hole with the spade over there. I got about 2 centimeters down and I realized that the ground is as hard as cement. So yeah, Smudgy agrees. She's pretty upset. It's too hot for her. She's like, what are we doing out here? Yeah, upset cat. Yeah, so basically the ground is rock hard, couldn't get in there at all. So I'm doing the next best thing, which is a sort of a triangle with posts that are already anchored. Yeah, that was pretty disappointing, especially after getting those nails sorted. But anyway, I'll use that for something else sooner or later. And in the meantime, still getting the shade. Okay, so that actually stretched right to this 3rd post, which was a nice surprise. Of course, this is a little bit of a triangle here, so once I cut it on that side, it's not going to be straight, which is fine, you know, it's a shade cloth, it's not such a big deal. And this is a temporary structure anyway, it's just to give the nettles some relief so that they can just put roots and survive. So I think this is pretty good for a temporary thing. Only took a couple minutes and yeah, it's going to do its job. Okay, sitting underneath the shade cloth. Pretty good. It's doing its job. It's helping me for sure. It's so hot out there. So hot. But I'm underneath the shade cloth, so it's way better. I am up on the roof. On the garage roof. This is what the garage roof looks like from the top. That is a little village over there. Apple tree, cherry tree. And there's some fields back there with the mountain. There's my shade cloth, blanket, and my house. And this is where they fixed the roof. Anyway, I am up on the garage roof because I am considering to put a shade cloth from there all across to here. And I've just noticed that this antenna is actually directly in the middle of the way. It could help anchor the shade cloth, which is useful, but it's also directly in the middle of the way. So I'm not exactly sure how to deal with that right now. I might have to cut the shade cloth through the middle and then stitch it back up again just to have a hole there, because I can't fit the shade cloth over the top. I don't know, I'd have to cut it and sew it back together. So this is my ponderings right now. It would provide the van a little bit of shade from the sun day after day, which is good. And it would also cover the little veggie area down there, that little green square. I want to make a little herb garden. So if I can cover that with shade cloth, I could actually put some herbs there. That would be very, very, very nice. Also, this view is not too bad. Just need to remove that blanket, that doesn't look right. Nice fields. Change of plan. I only have this much shade cloth left, not very much. But I think it'll be enough to go from this pillar to that antenna, and then, hey Smudgy, meow. And then it'll go up to this little wooden piece up there where I've got the ladder. So from there to there, all the way across to this antenna and this little metal piece thing here. And fingers crossed that works, because then I'll have a nice shaded area here and I'll be able to paint the wood beams that are going to be used to put up this patio roof area. So I'm putting up one shade cloth to make a more permanent roof over there. This is funny. I should mention I'm putting up the shade cloth because it is unbearably hot. It is so hot I cannot stand in the sun for more than, I don't know, a few seconds. A few seconds. It's very uncomfortable. So therefore, shade cloth. Alright, there's the shade cloth. Here's my ladder. There's my feet. There's the cat. She's holding the ladder for me. And the first one is in. There we go. We've got a hook ready for the shade cloth. Woohoo! Okay, so there's the first hook. You can see underneath the rain gutter. And here's the second one. I've already attached the edge corner of a shade cloth. There's the hook. Climbing down the ladder now. Smudgy left. She's not holding the ladder anymore. What an unreliable cat. Alright, so it's sagging in the middle a bit because this distance between the two is not 2 meters and the cloth is 2 meters in width. So that's why we've got that bit of sagging. But that's easy to fix later. I'm just going to see how far it stretches across to the antenna and this little bit here. And then we can always adjust. So let's try it out. Okay, I'm up the ladder still. And I have stretched this one as far as it goes, connected it to over there, connected it to the antenna, and this is a little bit bunched up here because it's not a straight cut. But I think this is the best I'm gonna get. It's 2 meters by about 4 meters, I'd say, 2 by 4. I got a little sliver of shade. And you know what? That makes a big difference. It doesn't look like it, but it makes a big difference. Just me currently standing on the ladder underneath the shade, I feel so much better. The sun is so intense here, and just this little bit of shade cloth, massive difference. So now I can plant some herbs here, and I can start working on this little veggie bed. I would have to be careful with the sunny side, sunny corner, but this area would be safe. The sun would be going down this way, that's the west. So the van will protect from the afternoon, evening sun. Still intense. The sun is intense until it actually sets. So yeah, gotta be careful with the sun, especially with summer still actually coming up. But I can make a start with the herb garden now. Fantastic. So I just noticed a bonus benefit of the shade cloth. There's the smudge. And the bonus benefit that I didn't realize is this is actually providing even more shade against this side of the conservatory, which would help this room stay even cooler. You know, right now I've only got these blinds in there, which are helping a lot, but I can't believe it. This actually helps even more. So this is going to be my shaded wood painting area. The wood beams for the patio area here, like I mentioned. And what I need is chairs so that I can put the wood pieces on the chair so that they can be elevated off the ground and I can paint them cleanly. And I'd like to cover this ground so it's easier to walk on and work on. And I found this. Look at this amazing thing. Well, I hope it's something like a tarp, but it looks like a tarp. So let's see. And this is what the tarp looks like. It kind of fits perfectly here. It's pretty great. I'd say this is 2 by 3 meter tarp, which is very convenient. Broken chair, and I'm gonna put the planks of wood on top of that, and then they can be painted. Thank you, shade cloth. I've just been checking this wood because I was going to take it outside to set it up, and unfortunately something bad. Look at this. That is a massive crack in this wood, and this is the standalone wood. This is the 9 by 9 centimeter wood. This is the one that is not leaning up against a house wall. So that crack, and another one here. So I guess you can see it. This is really, really bad news. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. The button should be there, somewhere over here.